Hi everyone, it's week 5 of the Inner Discovery Project, and so far in the past 1 month we've covered so much. We've covered showing up for ourselves, cultivating inner peace, getting rid of our old limiting beliefs and our old struggle story, and forgiving ourselves and writing a forgiveness letter, and just easing into what we want to create. So now it's month 2 of the project, and this month is all about being. Big, capital, bold letters, being. And I'm going to talk to you about what that means and how you can use that, your essence of who you are, your being, to create a spiritual practice, self-discipline, and take it into and turn it into a Blissipline. And I'm going to share a story with you before I begin. So this past week on Saturday, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I went to go watch the sunrise. It's been a dream of mine to go watch the sunrise over the lake for over a year now. And it took me about a year to go do it. So 5 a.m. I got up and I had to go pee, so that's why I got up. And I got the thought, I want to go watch the sunrise today. And I was trying to find the discomfort of feeling sleepy and just saying, fuck it, I want to go back to bed. But instead, I decided to focus on how I would feel seeing the sunrise, and it got me very excited. So then I got up and I went to go watch the sunrise, and I'll insert a clip of it right now here. Wasn't that beautiful? And it felt magical to be up with the sun at this hour. And I was so proud of myself for getting my butt out of bed and just sitting there for about an hour watching the sun come up over the horizon, over the lake. It was magical, it was beautiful. So I want to leeway the story into this week's topic is disciplining yourself as a way of stepping into your authentic expression, being your authentic expression. Now, oftentimes when we hear the word discipline, it feels heavy. It feels like, oh, there goes my free will. That means I can't do what I want to do when I want to do it. But discipline is an act of self-love, self-respect, and opening yourself up to freedom. Because when you take the time to do something, you're doing it as an act of self-love and self-kindness. You're not doing it because you're trying to regime something or predict or plan something. So I want to ask you, what is your intention behind self-discipline? Is it because you want to attain a result? Is it because you want to achieve something? If that's the reason behind self-discipline, it never goes through, it always falls out, because you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it to get something. If you're doing it for yourself to practice kindness and compassion, then it becomes a lot more easier. And I was reading Michael Bernard Bethwick's book, Spiritual Liberation. I have it right here. And he says in here that the root word of discipline means to discern, to perceive clearly. And then he puts an Osho quote in the book, which I'm going to read to you. And it says, to be disciplined means to learn the discipline of being yourself, your true self. And that takes a lot of courage to take the time to discipline ourselves, because when we discipline ourselves and we show up for ourselves every morning, we get up with the intention of feeling good, being in our authentic expression, being our true self, it becomes a lot easier, and you can open the doorway up to turning your self-discipline into moments of Blissipline, which he calls them in the book. So I want to invite you to do that this week and make it a part of your regular daily script. Script in how you want your life to go. Script in what role you want to play that day. Script in how you want to feel. And the way you do that is by showing up for yourself through discipline. through choosing to do things repetitively, regularly, that you know that make you feel your best, that make you feel in touch with your authentic expression, that make you feel in touch with your being. So now I want to talk to you about using that, what we talked about, turning your discipline into a blissipline and blissing out and feeling more alive and energized and more in your being, and creating a spiritual practice. And for me, a spiritual practice is something that I do daily, is a way for me to ground myself, is a way for me to center myself, is a way for me to be in touch with my true identity as divine source, energy, infinite spirit, whatever you want to call it, God. And I remember I journaled this a really long time ago. I had a moment where I got very upset and was very, very sad, and I felt the emotions flood right over me. And I remember journaling in my journal, when times get tough, go deeper into your spiritual practice. That's your anchor. And that makes so much sense. When you don't have a foundation to lay yourself down, a foundation built, when the winds get strong or the storm gets really heavy, when it starts pouring, you're going to be just easily swept away by your emotions. Instead of being firmly planted in your true being, in your essence, it's just going to wipe you away, and you're going to just lose a sense of yourself. And so therefore, a spiritual practice helps you deepen your anchor and your roots within who you are. So when shit hits the fan, you don't end up hitting the fan. You just are simply start being the observer, the witness of whatever is happening. You don't get caught up in it. And that's liberating. And you can do this by creating a spiritual practice. So what does a spiritual practice look like? A spiritual practice is consciously choosing to do things that make you feel good, that put you into your well-being, and for everyone that is different. And do what makes you feel good. For most people, it's meditation. And the reason I bring up meditation is because meditation is a time that you become the observer and the witness of your thoughts rather than your thoughts. Your ego wants you to be your thoughts. Therefore, it basically wants you to think that whatever you're thinking is true for you, but it's not. So in meditation, you can sit there and inquire and question your thoughts and just observe them as passing clouds. And you don't meditate to achieve anything. You don't meditate to get anything. You just meditate so you can step into more of your true self. You meditate so you can release your conditioning. You can release your story. It's like an onion. You're peeling away everything that is not you, and you're coming back to your core true divine nature. That's what meditation is. And do whatever works for you, whatever gets you pepped up and raises your vibration. It can be running, eating clean, dancing to music the first thing you get up, lighting candles, sitting in silence in the park, watching people. Whatever gets you out of your head, clears your thoughts, and just helps you come back into your well-being. That is what is your spiritual practice. So take the time to create a disciplined spiritual practice in a way to honor, celebrate, and light up your life and bring forth your authentic expression into the world and share whatever it is you want to share with the world. Use your voice. So this is what I want to bring to you this week, and I really hope that you take something away from this video, in that you choose to celebrate and honor yourself by doing things daily that are a reflection of your highest self, that allow you to be your authentic potential in this world. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and wherever you are in the world, wishing you a beautiful, blessed day. Bye!